For tomorrow, sunshine, high 52. Partly cloudy, 58 on Wednesday. For Thursday, scattered showers, high 42. And for Friday, partly cloudy with a high of 40. Overnight low was 40. Yesterday's high, 58. Currently, humidity at 76%. Winds from the south at 6 miles an hour. Pressure at 30.1. Right now, sunshine and 45 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Good morning. How you doing, sir?
I am doing all right.
Mark Turner there. Bill Book over here.
Tape your ankles. Here we go.
Let me tell you something, buddy. It was a good weekend for me.
Yeah.
And we didn't even have a train. It was a zero train.
No,
Really?
there was a train.
Yes, it was.
There was a train.
It was
Well.
called the Fairfield Mules, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved every minute of it.
They want to rolling over Alton Marquette 36-8.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was. Oh, I
Now
did.
we're in the second round against Big Bad Breeze Mater Dei.
Yeah, the latest team that is allowed to recruit. Obviously, Breeze has done a better job of recruiting than Marquette. I find that all deplorable, personally, when parochial schools play, and they could take anybody from 60 miles around.
Well, if you look at the schedules on the IHSA website, all the parochial schools have in parentheses on their numbers of players, non-boundary.
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, you can say, oh, we only want
Which that
350.
That means they'll be, they might be recruiting some of us hillbillies and rednecks before too long.
Interesting story there. It's been, 5 or 6 years ago, East St. Louis got in trouble for recruiting.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And Marty Hickman was the head of the IHSA, and I had talked to him, and Marty, you've been busy. Yeah, we've been in court twice. And he said, well, how did you figure out that this guy didn't live in East St. Louis? He said, well, his ankle bracelet was registered to an address in Belleville.
Oh, my.
So,
Well, you don't think it.
man.
You don't think it happened in Lawrenceville when they had the refinery, do you?
no, they just put him to work at the
Yeah,
refinery.
there you go.
Right.
You say, Dad, you get a job working at the refinery. You bring along your 6'7" son, who has a 30-inch vertical leap, and we'll find him a place on the basketball team.
We'll find a spot.
Here's the deal. Now, here's what I can't figure out. This is a big deal because let's say tonight you're going to the volleyball game, the first round of the sectionals.
Right.
Lady Mules win. They're in a championship game on Friday night.
No, they're in championship game on Wednesday.
Oh.
If they win Wednesday, they play in the super
Super on
sectional
Friday.
on
On Friday. Okay, so they'd have to win 2 to get there, but you can't anticipate that, right? So you don't really want to have a Friday night game.
But we are preparing for it.
Okay.
So,
Well,
So
yeah,
then-
that would be the best case scenario. That's what you want to happen.
Then you have my good friend Clifford Curtis Reaver, who's worked really hard. And Fairfield has a great Veterans Day
Oh,
parade.
absolutely.
It's on Saturday. You want the band to be out front, don't you?
Well, you want the whole
Town
community involved, actually.
to
so
be able to be there. We're honoring some surviving World War II.
That's correct. I think there's 7,
Soldiers?
I think Clifford said.
And now we can't work it out with Breeze Mater Dei to, let's say, make it a 4 o'clock game. Start the game with the lights on.
I don't think it's we can't work it out with Breeze Mater Dei. I think Mater Dei just doesn't want to work with us.
They want 1 o'clock or nothing. And so this has got to be solved by the IHSA, which is ridiculous. Why can't, I mean, it's less than an hour and a half away.
Well,
So, I mean-
it might be a little more. It's hour and a half, 2 hours. All right, hour and a half, 2 hours, because you got to come.
North and then,
You take Route 50. You go
Right.
through Centralia.
Okay.
And then you hit. You can hit
you
61,
go
or
down
you take
64.
50 and
You
hit
know
come
what game
across to
time would
Salem.
be if they make it to the state finals on that Friday? You know what time game time would be?
No.
4 o'clock.
I think 4 o'clock would be a great time.
3A would start at 4 o'clock.
All right, so that's is yet to be. I'd love to have had that information this morning with our news,
Oh yeah.
but it's not. We talked to Bobby Wells this morning. It's up to the folks at the IHSA because Fairfield has tried to accommodate Breeze Mater Dei. Once again, a Metro East parochial school that thinks very highly of itself. So there you go. I wanted to this is the bookend week.
Really?
Yeah, we got Bill on Monday and Mrs. Book on Friday.
Ah, okay.
Bookends.
The bookend. Yep.
And she's frolicking westward without you. What does now? We have a mutual friend, the legend, Dave Land.
Yes.
When Kathy's gone for a weekend,
Kathy Land.
yes,
Okay.
yes, not your Kathy. When Kathy Land leaves, it is a Godfather weekend. He's got Goodfellas, Godfather. He can watch all those that he can't watch while she's home. Okay.
We have more than one TV in my house, so it's
Yeah.
not.
Okay. All right. Well,
several
so
homes,
what does it mean when the missus is gone? Go ahead. She's not listening.
That you know
Well,
of.
I don't know. You don't know that.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's just us guys. Okay. What do you do?
I just watch TV like I normally do. I don't nothing.
There's no special food or anything like that. Because I got to tell you something. The moment she's out of the city limits and I can track her on my phone, I'm at Mach 1 and saying, just fry up a whole chicken.
But see, I don't. Chicken's okay. That's not a bad deal.
But what did you do? Did you go through a drive-through?
Well, no, I didn't go through the drive-thru. I might eat more Halloween candy than she'd been home.
She would have cut you off
Yeah,
the Halloween
that's enough
calorie. That's
chocolate.
it. No more Snickers for you, Bill. Well, anyway, so you're having let me tell you something. Let me warn you something about there are people that are listening to the show from the standpoint of Dr. Scott England was in that chair
Yes.
there on Friday, and he proclaimed TP season over.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Looks like a winter wonderland out in front of his house on Friday night.
But for a while, when my wife was teaching junior high, she told
Yeah.
her junior high kids, now, if you make sure nobody teepees us, you'll not have homework over the weekend.
Oh, so you had some enforcers.
Yeah.
Not bad. Pretty good.
Man.
That's not a bad idea at all.
My nephew down south went TPing over the weekend and got caught
And they-
by the police.
Oh, and they look on it differently in another town.
Well, not really. They just made them clean up their mess and sent them on their way.
Well,
You
that's
know,
not bad.
I didn't
No.
do much TP when I was in high school. I couldn't afford to buy toilet paper. I had to buy gas and all that stuff.
Well, when it used to happen to me, I'd go out and recover it.
We used mashed potatoes.
Well, yeah, you recovered those. but
Especially if it's double ply. You just can't get that double ply out there.
Yeah, we used mashed potato flakes.
Oh, yeah. You used to potato people.
Yeah.
You were mean. And then
was
forking
not
people?
mean.
Forking people? Have you heard that?
I did not do that.
You go out and get about 200 forks and
yeah,
stick them in the ground?
Plastic forks,
We did.
yeah.
We did go out to.
Let me
the
tell you,
dri-
so that's really rough on the mower when you go over those.
We did go out to the driving range one year, and we collected as many golf balls as we could find off the driving range.
Oh, you didn't.
And you know how old lockers, the tall ones you used to could pry those open at the top?
Yeah.
We filled up some kids' lockers
Oh,
with golf
you,
balls.
You are. This is all being.
No, we never knew you could reach through there and poke that thing up. And
When I was a
We got
freshman,
a screwdriver, poked that thing out, poured them golf balls in there. He opened his locker on Monday morning.
when I was a freshman, they put me in the locker and left me. Blew powder in the top so that I looked like a ghost when I finally got out. I screamed until somebody came, a janitor or somebody. I was in there for 2 hours.
Man.
I don't want to talk about it. It's a bad. It's affected my life. Look where I am.
Yeah.
I had my hand.
Oh.
do they get paid extra to sing the letter? I mean,
Oh, he hits his note really well.
They
here.
ought to pay us.
Okay, hit it really hard, buddy.
Know you can show me. I wanna feel the monkey.
You know, man, that hurt. That hurt me,
what a
man.
feel what bunk is. Well, I'm gonna give you some bunk. Walter Cronkite was born on this date in 1916. He died at the age of 92. 19 years as a CBS anchor. Quote, the most trusted man in America. End of quote. He,
that's the way it is.
That's the way it is. That was his sign off, and that's the way it is. He reported on Vietnam.
You know, I was just thinking the thing that I remember most about those newscasts when I was a kid in Vietnam was they used to put up enemy killed
Yes.
3,000 and something, and U.S. killed 500 or whatever.
And most of those numbers were bogus.
That's
quite
right.
honestly.
How many? Well, there must be 1,500 out there that's dead. They just estimated.
He was probably best known for that reporting. And my most significant moment that I remember about him was when he had his glasses on. He was in the CBS newsroom and he had to report on the death of JFK. And he stopped and he swallowed and he took his glasses off, and it was obvious
And he
that
kind of
was,
went like, rubbed his eyes.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
that was real. That video still moves me when I see it. Anyway, he was also pretty much the play-by-play man for the moon landing, and married
Along with Jules Verne,
Jules Verne on
the
ABC.
science editor.
Jules Bergman.
Bergman, okay.
Bergman.
Yeah, Jules
Yeah,
Verne
Verne
was
was
the
the-
out.
Yeah, he wrote that. The first story about going to the moon.
Yeah.
That's right. Walter Cronkite. Walter
Cronkite.
Cronkite. Excuse
go.
me. I gotta have some more coffee.
You wanted to say concrete, didn't you?
I sure did. Walter, because we were on a first name basis
Walter
back
C.
then. He was married 65 years to Betsy. Only one wife.
All right.
UT grad, Texas.
I did not know that.
There's a theme here. Yeah, he was born and raised in Kansas City, but he went to UT and studied journalism. Also, a birthday today.
He's one of the few that didn't get out, by the way, out of journalism.
No, he didn't. Arthur William Matthew Carney.
Art Carney.
Art Carney. Died in 2003 at the age of 85. Ed Norton
Yeah, Norton.
with
Ed Norton.
Ralph Cramden, Jackie Gleason. He won 2 Academy Awards. Excuse me. Yeah, an Academy Award. He won an Academy Award for Best Actor in the movie Harry and Tonto in 1974.
Oh, yeah.
But he was also, speaking of Veterans Day, he earned a Purple Heart in World War II. Art Carney did. And he had a life membership. The Florida Water and Sewer Works operators said he made sure America knew that sewers exist.
Yeah, that's what his job was.
Yeah.
Cramden drove the bus.
Cramden rode the bus, and Ed Norton as in the Honeymooners. What a great show. Gleason said that Art Carney deserved 90% of the success of the Honeymooners. That was pretty big of him.
Yeah.
He has one son that's on Geico ads right now. Art Carney does, and one son who's a state lawmaker in Connecticut. He was married 3 times, 2 times to the same wife. Now, follow this. He married her in 1940, and they went 25 years to 1965. They divorced. He married another woman in 1967, divorced her, remarried his wife 25 years later, the one that he had married and been with for 25 years.
Yeah.
Remarried her and stayed with her until his death for another 20 years. So they got 50 years, but there was a break of about 10 years in the middle of it. Isn't that interesting?
That's
That
different.
Yeah, it is. Loretta Swit is 82.
Lips.
She's still with us.
Yeah.
Hot Lips.
Hot Lips Houlihan.
Who
2 Emmy
played
Awards.
Hot Lips in the original MASH movie, though?
Sally
Kellerman.
Kellerman.
That's it.
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
Oh, my
Also,
God, they shot him. No, it's halftime, you idiot.
Loretta Swit was also a singer. She was trained in New York to be a singer. First did guest bits for Hawaii Five-0, Gunsmoke, Mission Impossible, and Mannix. She's written a book on needlepoint as well, if you want to get one. She's one of only 4 TV stars who were on all 11 seasons of MASH. So there you go. There's your trivia early in the show.
There's your MASH trivia.
You want to take a stab? 4 actors. She's one of 4, so there's 3 others.
Okay.
Alan Alda.
Alan Alda, yes.
Gary Berghoff.
No.
No.
Really?
This guy stepped in and took his job.
Yeah. What's his face?
Jamie Farr.
There you
Jamie
go.
Farr did, yes.
Okay.
And one last one
The 4th one?
was in all the seasons.
Father Mulcahy?
Yes, William
Okay.
Christopher. Good job, Bill. Bill Book, knocking it out of the park. Matthew McConaughey. Here's the other UT reference from Texas. He got his first notice in the movie Dazed and Confused in 1993. He's 50 years old today.
Only 50?
Yeah.
I figured he's a little bit older than that.
Just
Several
talking
other-
about him though.
Yeah.
In those Mercury commercials,
Yes.
is he not kind of dazed and confused in those things?
Absolutely. I
that-
never did get it.
I
don't
can't
make
even
any
tell what
sense.
he's trying to sell.
Did either.
It's weird. It's sort of a really weird vibe as he starts the vehicle and drives, and you get a look at him, and he does look dazed and confused.
He's just telling stories,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, he's got that kind of, that
He's got
Texas
that little
voice.
drawl, that Texas drawl.
He's been in several romantic comedies: The Wedding Planner in 2001, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, 2003, Failure to Launch, 2006. Yeah, he's known for his Lincoln commercials. His dad played football for Kentucky and was drafted in the 27th round by the Green Bay Packers.
And
Released.
who was his dad?
Never played in the NFL. I don't know what his dad's name is.
Okay.
His parents were married to each other 3 different times. There's another theme in this morning's bunk.
So he got picked up and released again. didn't
Yes, he didn't play. He got released 3 times.
Got re-signed 3 times.
Is that amazing?
twice.
He was also a Rotary exchange student. He spent a year in Australia. So he's been married once. He's got 3 kids. Matthew McConaughey's birthday today, 50 years old. On this date, in 1842, Abraham Lincoln married Mary Todd in Springfield, Illinois. By the way, she's a dead ringer for Sally Field.
Yes.
Well, she was a little bit crazy, if that portrayal is correct. More than a little bit crazy.
I think a lot of it had to do with the death of their son.
Absolutely.
didn't
That's the way it played out, at least in the movie. 1846, a patent for an artificial leg was granted to William Palmer. So, 1847, Scottish obstetrician James Young Simpson discovered chloroform.
it? Okay.
He was also known as Sleepy,
Sleepy.
the guy with the artificial leg, Stumpy. No, I'm just... Please, send those letters somewhere other than me. 1939, the 40th National Automobile Show. The first air-conditioned car was put on display. We got a call.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Good morning. Did you know that in the state of Illinois that you can only marry and divorce the same man 3 times?
3 strikes and out, huh? Wow.
Pardon?
3 strikes and you're out.
That's right.
Wow, I didn't know that was a law.
And why would they care?
Well, and then she ended up living with him.
Well,
till they
I know,
died.
but
Yeah, who
why would
cares?
you have to make a law for that?
I guess.
That's interesting. I had no idea that.
Thanks for the call.
I plan on staying with the woman that I'm with right now, so it doesn't affect me. But it's good to know that I could come back at least 2 more times.
But it would be
without being
interesting
a-
to know why.
Yeah, who would
Why
make that law?
is that a law?
Well, that law's being changed before long because, you got to pay to get married. So, the
Oh.
state gets all the money
yeah,
they
well,
can get. So,
that would make more sense in Illinois. They would up the fee. Yeah.
yeah.
Seriously, though, why do you think someone would, just like in the bucket of bunk, why would you marry somebody, divorce him, marry him, divorce him, and then marry him?
I don't know.
I'm glad I don't know that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Well. 1979, on this date, Iranian militants seized the U.S. Embassy. 90 total hostages. How many days did it go?
300,
452?
It doesn't say here.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was 444. I thought it was 444.
I think you made that sounds right.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. On this date in 1991, Ronald Reagan opened his presidential library in California. Just about lost it
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
It was surrounded by fire.
I would imagine they would have poured a lot, and they did pour a lot of resources at that. but
Don't
yeah.
want to lose the library. Music history, 1961. Bob Dylan made his Carnegie Chapter Hall debut in New York City. The show was seen by 50 people who paid $2 each at Carnegie Hall. You know what he said? Exactly. How would you know that? perfect.
Well, he's been seen by 50 more people than I have.
That's true. That's true. 1978, Greg Reeves sued his former band, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. I don't see Reeves in there anyway, but he wanted $100 million $1 million in unpaid back royalties. 1991, Bobby Blue Bland, Booker T and the MGs, Jimi Hendrix, Johnny Cash, the Isley Brothers, the Yardbirds, and Sam and Dave were elected to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Where?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay, rock and roll.
That's a pretty interesting group.
That's a
Pretty
pretty.
You throw
eclectic
Johnny
there,
Cash
yeah.
in there? I never saw Johnny Cash as a rock and roll performer. Did you?
Well, he was, when he first started out, he was
Well,
kind of on that rockabilly phase
Yeah.
with, Carl Perkins and Elvis and those type of guys.
Boy, there's a lot of people that should have gone before Bobby Blue Bland.
Oh,
Say
I
that
know.
fast.
Bobby
Do you know
Blues
what
Bryant
song
is
he
pretty
did?
good.
I just know a lot of people that still aren't in.
Oh, yeah.
1992, Elton John and his songwriter Bernie Taupin signed a $39 million publishing contract with Warner Chappell Music. And Michael Jackson on this date, he and his friend Debbie Rowe announced they're expecting a child, but he denied that the couple had used artificial insemination and that Rowe had been paid to carry the baby. But I think both those things were said to be true. Don't know. Mike didn't call me and say, hey, guess what? We have a question of the day that got a little bit of action. It's interesting, especially when you program a radio station. We asked the question, should Christmas music be played on the radio station prior to Thanksgiving? Some interesting results when we come back with Bill Book on Morning Coffee.
Let's say your little princess puts a pony on her wish list. So you check out eBay and whoa, eBay has great deals on lots of ponies. Little toy ponies, stick ponies,
Mommy's little cowgirl, look at you.
movies with ponies. eBay even has cars with supercharged ponies. Check eBay and you'll always find an unmatched selection at a price you'll love.
Dieting is difficult. Hot yoga is hard. Spin class is tough, with a tough instructor. But you know what's easy? Taking the exact vitamins and supplements that are just right for you. So don't take someone else's vitamins. You don't need to, because there's GNC for you. Personalized daily packs filled with the industry's best vitamins and supplements delivered to your door each month. And it all starts with a simple quiz. Look, the journey may be hard, but this part, it's easy. Go to GNCforyou.com. Take the free quiz.
Mules Volleyball Monday on WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com as FCHS moves into sectional play to take on the Pana Panthers at the Salem Class 2A sectional. Our broadcast about 6:25 p.m. Monday with pre-match information. Mules Volleyball is brought to you in part by Carter Trucking, Lamont's Chrysler Center, the Fairfield Banking Company, Amber Marie's, and Classic Pizza and Pasta.
Hey parents, ever find yourself digging for money to send with your kids but figure out you're out of cash? We're introducing the F&B Easy Card. It's a debit card that can help teach the responsibility of managing money and be easily managed with your own banking errands. The best part? You can set custom daily limits like $10 a day and use online and mobile banking to transfer between this account and any other F&B checking account you own. Interested in learning more? Give us a call for details at 842-2107. F&B, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Thurgood Marshall stepped down after 24 years on the Supreme Court?
What's wrong with me? I'm old. I'm getting old and coming apart.
President Bush welcomed the newly elected president of Russia.
And I want to publicly congratulate President Yeltsin. And to put it in American terms, he won by a landslide.
Mount Pinatubo erupted on the Philippines. Michael Jordan led the Chicago Bulls to their first NBA championship.
I'm happy for the city. I'm happy for the team. I never thought I'd be this emotional.
Payne Stewart won a playoff at the U.S. Open. And all these winners were new on the radio.
My place in this world. I was walking
Those songs were big winners when they hit the air, but when did they? The answer and a touch of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
One thing you can count on at Carnaby Square is style selection and personal service. Check out their Facebook page for 2 new groupings for multiples, red and black or burgundy and navy. Casual to dressy, Slim Stations has added 2 new colors to their pant program, heather gray and heather blue. Great shades available in narrow or ankle lengths, perfect to add to your winter wardrobe. Sometimes all it takes is a great fitting pant or jean to help you conquer the fashion world. Come see the fashion leader girls at Carnaby Square. Open late on Thursday and 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday.
June 1991.
Paula Abdul and Rush Rush, the top song of June 1991. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
What is hope? Hope to me was just that he would get to come home. I had no idea how hard it would be once he got back.
I wish she'd stop drinking so much. She thinks it's helping, but it's not. I hope she sees that soon.
I act like I don't care if he comes to my games, but I hope he does.
I used to hope he'd find happiness again. Now I hope our marriage makes it.
I hope Grandpa will get help. He thinks it's too late, but it's not.
With everything that he's going through, I hope he sees a counselor. I just want my brother back.
I hoped he'd get help. Stop hoping things would get better on their own. He told me to stop asking. I didn't. Then one day he asked for a ride.
Hope is knowing there are other families just like yours, that the veterans they love got help and recovered. Go to maketheconnection.net and turn hope into action.
So what are you watching on TV right now?
Well, I
What'd you watch last
started
night?
watching Curse of Oak Island again last night. You know, it's
What are they looking for?
they just every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Have you watched that?
Oh, I've seen it a couple of times. It's kind of like those Finding Bigfoot shows.
Well,
you know, have you ever seen one of those?
No, I
There's
don't.
always it's always 6 guys, okay, and there's always some just absolutely huge guy in overalls, okay.
Yeah.
And they're just tromping through the woods, you know, and they've all got these, you know, heat lights, you know, night
detecting.
vision goggles,
Sure.
and they'll be like, "Look, there's something," and all 6 of them go running fast as they can through the woods.
That's exactly what happens on these paranormal shows. They take something down, and if they bump into a table and a glass falls over, obviously there's a presence here in this room.
Yeah,
yeah, it's you guys.
And on the Bigfoot ones, if they take, you know, they take off. If I'm Bigfoot, I'm hearing them tromping through the woods. I'm going to go hide.
Yeah.
He's a good hider.
He's been hiding for years,
Yes.
just like that sea monster over
They
there
must
in Loch Ness.
bury the bones too. Because,
Well, you and I watched both. You got further than I did.
Yeah.
Jack Ryan, the Tom
on
Clancy.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I watched the
Oh,
first
that's it.
episode.
With
Don't-
the guy,
don't wreck it.
from is it Parks and Recreation of The Office? Who's the
Yes,
star, right?
yes.
The guy from The Office.
Gee.
Can't think of his name now.
Is it Steve?
No, it's not Steve Carell. This is the guy who played Jim.
Is it Tom?
No.
Tom something or other? No.
Krasinski.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway.
All right. Now you got me all off.
All right. Here we go.
So we asked, should you play Christmas? You got 24 hours of Christmas movies on at least 2 different stations, right? On TV.
Yeah, and I think AMC starts all Christmas like the 20th or 21st.
All right, so we asked, should you play Christmas music? I mean, there were Christmas things at the large retailer out here the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
We asked, should you play Christmas music before Thanksgiving?
Absolutely not.
And 80% of the people agree that you should not. 140. We had 1,000 people look at it, 187 votes. 149 said no, 38 said yes, and Brian said, don't play it until Christmas Day.
Is his last name Scrooge?
No, I took the name out so I wouldn't accidentally say it. I'm okay with a Christmas song an hour after Thanksgiving, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's it.
I've been places where,
and then
they'll
progressing.
play it'd be wall-to-wall Christmas music on Black Friday through Sunday, and then they'll drop back down to 1 or 2 an hour.
No, we'll likely start playing 1 per hour during the music part of WFIW. The WOKZ is programmed by satellite, so we have no say there. It's whatever they send down the satellite tube. Here, probably 1 a day starting Thanksgiving, and then it'll increase up till we get to Christmas Day, and then we play nothing but Christmas music.
So are there any
Christmas Day.
Christmas songs or season songs that you request, like, Baby It's Cold Outside? Or
Oh, that turns into a controversy if you do that.
Yeah.
That turns into, a form of misogyny. So, I'm not worried about it. I mean, I thought the one done by Dean Martin was classic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought a thing about it till 2 years ago or
started
whatever.
a big deal. Yeah. Speaking of that sort of political correctness, Michael Che, is it Che? He's the comedian on Saturday Night Live. I don't watch Saturday Night Live anymore.
I have no idea.
He's a comedian. He continues to draw the ire from some who don't think his jokes are funny. Now, this is the conundrum. What is funny now? And what is offensive?
See, I don't know.
Well, you'd think Saturday Night Live would be okay with some of these things, but he did a joke last week about Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, that's easy fodder. That's easy fodder for humor, right?
Here's my 2 answers for
All
that.
right.
Nothing and everything.
And what's that mean?
You asked the question, what is funny?
Funny, nothing and everything.
And what is politically, and what is the other question you put, nothing and everything.
Here's another, and we could get in trouble for this. We did, I wouldn't say jokes. Do you need to take a call?
Let's
Go
take
ahead.
a phone call. Good morning. You're on the Morning Coffee Show.
Hey, Mark. I got a question for Bill. When of his 4 high school years, how did they do against Mount Carmel? Did they get wiped out? And then I got a comment for you there, Mr. Grief.
Yes, sir.
I won't say we got wiped out, but we'd never beat them in my high school career.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're not alone in saying that.
I think it was my senior year. We were ahead 7-6 at halftime.
And then it folded.
It was different after the end of the game. Yeah.
All right, I'm ready for you.
Okay, that's them poems I did a while back.
Yes.
You said they're on the air that it sounded like you was dead. Well, no, you're eccentric. You're big. You're knowledgeable. You're a radio personality.
Yeah, well,
there
would be some that would dispute that with you.
Well, like Jack Carney and all them.
Oh, well, don't put me in that fodder. Jack Carney was the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for the compliment. We had the joke. So he got in trouble for the joke about Caitlyn Jenner, and then he got in trouble about a joke. We didn't joke about it, but we thought it was highly interesting. The 67-year-old Chinese woman that gave birth recently. Yeah. Remember we had that?
Right. Yeah.
Well, he did a joke about that, and he's getting murdered as being a sexist and an ageist. I didn't realize ageist was a thing you could be.
Apparently so.
So anyway, he has some defenders. At least one of them said that even if a joke isn't funny, people are too sensitive, and I'd have to agree. Way too sensitive. That's exactly what Dave Chappelle had to say last week. Remember Dave Chappelle?
Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Everybody needs a trophy.
Wah.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle spoke his mind.
And nobody ripped him because
he
was able to talk about it. Evans, Louisiana, a police officer there says they've arrested a woman who wrote fake doctor's notes for high school students to skip class.
Juan is sick today. Signed, Juan's mother.
Epstein's mother, yes. 52-year-old Belinda Folger, accused of charging $20 per excuse for students from Evans High School on at least 14 different occasions. They say she worked as a clerical person at a clinic and was known around the school for providing excuses to get out of school.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
I didn't want to interrupt you there. This is Doc again, but tell Bill I want to change that order from rounds to flats.
Okay. All right.
You disc jockeys won't know what that means, but Bill Book will.
I got you. It's done.
All right. Thanks, Doc.
Doc.
All right, Bill. Inquiring minds.
Yeah, we got to know what's this
enlighten us.
about. Rounds to flats? What's the story?
Well, when you buy seed corn, you have different grade sizes, and you have rounds and you have flats.
See, I had no idea.
Yeah.
We've bellied up to the trough of knowledge and slurped once again.
We have learned again.
Professor Book telling us a little bit about the corn
He
industry.
opened the book on the corn.
Anyway, I was telling you about this lady, and so anyway, she was discovered when the clinic's physician was notified of the notes by the school board. She faces a charge of filing or maintaining false public records. $20
yeah, I'll do
a
that
pop.
for you. Just give me $20.
$20, and I'll write you an excuse. A boat stuck above Niagara Falls for much more than 100 years has busted loose after heavy storms. The ship stuck on some rocks back in 1918 when the two men on board were able to stop the boat before it went over the falls on the Canadian side, about 650 yards away. Can you imagine? I talk about wetting yourself. That's what I'd do if I could see 650 yards. Go ahead.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yes, in little defense of Bill there about his high school career against Mount Carmel. Fairfield beat Mount Carmel in 1964, 6-0, and didn't beat them again until '92.
Yep, I believe you're correct.
That's a long stretch.
Yep.
That was a dry spell. You know.
Yeah, long dry spell.
You know, here's the thing I do remember. I remember very vividly. My son's high school football coach was Rick Reinhardt. He had suffered through several years of beatings here by Mount Carmel. Once he got a good Bethalto team, he invited Mount Carmel over and thumped him. Thumped him good. He talk about me dancing on the sidelines on Saturday because of Alton Marquette. You never seen. He was known as the Tuscola Tugboat. Rick Reinhardt from Tuscola, and he led them to a state championship later as a coach.
More than one, I think.
You might be right. Anyway, I'm
not sure.
When he beat Mount Carmel, he did the moon dance on the sidelines. Anyway, these two guys, there was a historic save of them back in 1918 when they put that boat into the rocks, 600 feet from the falls. It busted loose over the weekend, but it rested on some other rocks. So it still hasn't gone over the falls. And they're not sure whether it's going to last at its new mooring or whether it will go over the falls.
Kathy and I went to the falls a year ago, July. Of course, there's all kinds of interesting tidbits. But there was a lady that went over the falls in a barrel with her dog.
Really?
Okay. So she had a hole in the barrel that she could breathe, once she got over. Well, the dog wanted to breathe, so it stuck its nose up there breathing. The lady suffocated because the
dog survived?
Yes.
I'd be worried that there'd be water coming in the hole.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So, I don't know exactly how it worked, but that was one of the things that was on the wall up there.
Fido gets even.
The next thing is, why do you want to do this?
Yeah, why would you want to go over the falls in a barrel?
Just to say you did it. Because the falls were there.
There are a lot of things.
But that's not
that
one.
You could say, I did it just because I wanted to do it. I don't think I'd want to do it.
All right, so here's the deal. Remember last week I told you about that great big 1-ton rock that was missing out of the Prescott, Arizona forest?
Yeah.
I mean, they came one day and it was gone.
Did they find it?
It was mysteriously returned
Oh.
to the exact same spot. A 1-ton rock. And they were on patrol. They looked over to the right, and there it was back. Is that weird or what?
Huh, it is weird.
It was the aliens.
Possibly.
All
Quite
right.
possibly. Okay, so how are we doing here? You got to talk to Sheldon?
Yeah, we do have to talk to
All right,
Sheldon
here's your
today,
choices.
and we've got extra long weather this morning. So.
Okay, here's your choices. You got two choices, Bill. Women in old movies or geography. You make the choice.
Let's go with geography.
Geography it is, and we'll do that on trivia.
For 1,000, please.
Oh, I'll give you the questions.
guess
Here's the
the
questions. Here's the questions. The capital city of Oregon.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 2. Which is the smallest state capital in the United States? I'm talking about population size.
Okay.
Number 3. This former Soviet state is north of the Black Sea and east of Poland. Yeah. Number 4. We all know of the Egyptian pyramids. Name the country with more pyramids than Egypt.
Okay, I think I knew that one.
Can we go with women?
No, you can't. You made the choice. Number 5. This is the world's leading tomato-producing country. Country.
Okay, so South America is not an
No,
acceptable
and
answer.
Africa would not work either.
Okay.
Number 6. What's the capital of Australia?
Okay.
Number 7. Where can you stand in 5 states at once?
Okay.
Number 8. Name the 3 figures depicted on Stone Mountain near Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Etched in the
Are
side.
they still there?
They're still there.
They're
It's
trying
a
to
big
get rid of them.
controversy.
Knock them down. They didn't blow them up or anything.
They're trying to get rid of them. Number 9. Where is Rocky Mountain National Park located?
Okay.
And number 10. Only 2 states in the Union can produce coffee. Name them.
Do we get multiple choice on some of these? I
No,
hope?
you're going to just throw some. You're going to throw some coffee on the wall and see if it sticks.
I know
All
one
right.
of them.
All right. All right. We'll be back with coffee, some trivia, and all that stuff. Stay here.
Take a break from cooking this week and let Gotzi's Restaurant in Carmi cook for you. You can buy a $10 gift certificate for only $7 at the Big Deal Store on WFIWradio.com.
Mules Volleyball Monday on WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com as FCHS moves into sectional play to take on the Pana Panthers at the Salem Class 2A sectional. Our broadcast about 6:25 p.m. Monday with pre-match information. Mules Volleyball is brought to you in part by Carter Trucking, Lamons Chrysler Center, the Fairfield Banking Company, Amber Marie's, and Classic Pizza and Pasta.
WFIWFM and Ultra Products are bringing back the popular Show Us Your Rack promotion. Now through December 31st. Upload pictures of you and your buck to the Show Us Your Rack page at WFIWradio.com. The first 25 photos uploaded will receive a free t-shirt from Ultra Products in Fairfield. On Friday, January 3rd, one lucky hunter will be drawn from all the entries and win a Carbon Express Piledriver 390 crossbow valued at $400. Go to WFIWradio.com for complete details. Good luck, hunters.
Farming. It's genetics, what you're made of. It's agronomy, local knowledge and having the tools to put the right product in the right place. It's service, built on trust, grit, and determination. Because what it takes to make the best product is a lot like what it takes to make a farmer. Golden Harvest, rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service.
Grow with Golden Harvest Seed through the Golden Advantage program. 0% interest on extended terms. Contact your seed advisor today.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Sheldon Bunning from Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler on the phone. Good morning, Sheldon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys this morning?
Great. Did you have a good weekend?
We did.
You know, you any good at geography there, Sheldon?
Oh, so-so.
Yeah?
Yeah, help me out. I picked that. I think I wrongly picked, so.
He's worried that he didn't. He had a choice: women in cinema or geography, and Bill Book picked geography, and then I did the 10 questions, and now he's sweating bullets.
Oh well, you'll have that.
You'll have that.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Speaking of geography, Sheldon, what's on the lot that you can go traveling in?
We've got all kinds of stuff you can travel in. I'm thinking you could travel in anything that we have up here, basically. But they did announce some new programs last week. We got a new month, so new programs. In the Chevrolet lineup and the GM lineup, we've got a lot of the percentage off is back. We have 20% off 2019 double cab Silverado half tons, the Traverse and the Chevy Trax. The little Sonic and the Cruise, the Impala and the Malibu are all 20% off MSRP. Tahoe or a Suburban, you can get 14% off MSRP. And the 19 model Colorado and Equinox are 15% off MSRP.
And you're starting to get the 20s in.
20s are hitting the ground almost daily. Chrysler followed suit with some of their programs, but on most every 19 model, you can get the factory employee pricing, plus rebates and special finance deals as well. So all the 19 trucks and the 2500, 3500 heavy duty, the half ton, the new body style, old body style, Jeep Renegade, Compass, Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, Dodge Durango, Dodge Grand Caravan, and the Chrysler Pacifica. They've all got the Chrysler employee pricing.
All right. Sounds like a deal. And, of course, you can check out financing, and you can check out the entire inventory online at LeMansOnline.com.
That is correct.
All right, Sheldon, as always, thanks for joining us. We will talk to you Thursday morning.
All right, you guys have a good day.
All right,
Don't be
you
too
too.
hard on Bill, okay?
All right, we will not. Sheldon Munning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler joins us every Monday and Thursday here on the WFIW Morning Show.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
Before going on vacation, you need to know what to pack. Preparing for your financial future is similar. Without proper planning, you could very well be left out in the cold. I can offer you a variety of investment strategies designed for your specific needs. Call me, Chris Conard, at 842-7855, located at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned. Give us a like on Facebook.
Your Fairfield area weather forecast calling for skies to become cloudy later today. High of 60. 50% chance for rain tonight, low 40. Sunny and 52 tomorrow. For Wednesday, partly cloudy, high 58. Scattered showers 42 on Thursday, and for Friday, partly cloudy with a high of 40. Overnight low was 40. Yesterday's high was 58. Currently, humidity at 73%. Winds out of the south at 6 miles an hour, and the pressure at 30.1. Right now, sunshine and 46 at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Nothing showing up precipitation-wise anywhere in the state of Illinois at this time. Radar weather brought to you this morning by the Conard Financial Group.
Back on Morning Coffee. We still don't know when we're playing football next Saturday.
We do not at the present time. I don't expect anything till around noon or maybe a little later.
Stay here. As soon as we get it, we'll put it on social media. We'll put it on the air.
You betcha.
But we don't know because the Veterans Day Parade is at 2, and that's probably the big fly in the ointment for the folks in Fairfield. They didn't want to play at 2. Wouldn't you say?
I would agree.
Bill has this shakeout normally. You experience with the IHSA. They're going to get involved fast?
Well, they'll get it done as quickly as they can, and I assume that it has happened, but I've really never been involved.
Really?
There will still be some give and take with the mules in Mater Dei, but final say will go to the IHSA, and like I said, I don't expect anything till probably at least noon or a little bit after.
And I won't say anything negative about Mater Dei at this point. Trivia.
All right.
Capital city of Oregon.
That would be Eugene,
Salem.
wouldn't it?
Is Salem.
Salem.
Mr. Book is
Good
right.
job, Bill.
Here, you were worried about this category.
That's the only one I remember that I knew.
The smallest state capital in the U.S. from a population standpoint.
What is it, Montpelier, Vermont?
Look at this.
Boom shakalaka.
Montpelier.
Man, 7,855 people for the capital of Vermont. South Dakota's capital. Is
Pierre.
that Pierre?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has twice as many population.
See, I was going to say Pierre, South Dakota is what I was going to
They
say.
got 14K in Pierre.
Okay.
Anyway, number 3. This former Soviet state is north of the Black Sea and east of Poland.
I would say this would be Georgia.
What came to my mind was Czechoslovakia.
Okay, I'm looking at the peanut gallery. All right.
How about one more guess?
Okay.
Ukraine.
Boom, shakalaka. Yeah, it's in the news, don't you think?
Why wouldn't we have? We should have thought of that right off the bat.
It is Ukraine, and they're a big problem for a lot of people right now. A lot of people. All right, number 4. We all know of the Egyptian pyramids. Name the country with more pyramids than Egypt.
More pyramids than Egypt.
I'm going to go with Central American country.
That's interesting.
Peru? Peru?
I was thinking Peru. That would be in South America, but I was thinking Peru.
There are many in Mexico, but that's not the answer. Not giving me any more answers out there? Okay.
Las Vegas.
They have a big one.
Well, they've got a big one, don't they? Yeah. And, Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
No, it's the Sudan.
Huh.
The country with the most pyramids in the world is the Sudan. We aren't, into big details here, but it's been between 200 and 250 known pyramids in Sudan compared to 138 in Egypt. And you would have been close if you would have said Mexico, because Mexico has almost 100.
Okay.
Number 5. This is the world's leading tomato producing, or for some people, tomato, or here in Wayne County, mater. This is the world's leading mater producing country. I heard China out there.
I'm going with a European country. I'm going to say France.
Okay.
Mexico.
All right, the peanut gallery gets it again. It is China.
China. Okay.
Yeah, China, then India, then the United States. China produces almost 4 times the tomatoes as the U.S.
Wow.
So there you go. Is it a fruit?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Tomato is a fruit? Everybody's shaking their heads.
Technically, it is a fruit.
Okay. Well, I've always seen it as a veggie, personally, because it's on a salad for me. But I'm not going to argue. Number 6, capital of Australia.
Melbourne.
Melbourne, that's what I'm thinking.
That's right, Canberra, the peanut gallery.
Canberra.
Canberra.
Wow.
That's right. It's the largest city, of course, is Sydney, but the capital is Canberra. That was a sneaky one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Number 7. Where can you stand in 5 states at once?
That would be Dude's Bar and Grill. So right at the corner of Utah and New Mexico and
you got 2 states already.
Arizona,
That's 3 steps.
Nevada, and Colorado.
Actually, there's it's called Four Corners Monument. It's the only place in the United States where you can stand in 4 states. I said 5. I'm sorry.
That's
right.
threw
That's
me.
what threw you. That's what threw you. I'm sure it's 4 states and 3 sovereign nations at the same time because they're Indian nations.
Okay.
There's a spot where Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona meet. I'm sorry about that. I messed that up. So I'm going to give you credit. Okay?
I was right anyway.
You did name them, too. You were perfect. Well done.
Thank you.
Good job, Mark. Number 8. Name the 3 figures depicted on Stone Mountain near Atlanta. It's caused all kinds of problems. They want to sandblast it off.
I'm going to say Jefferson Davis, Robert E. Lee, and Stonewall Jackson.
Boom shakalaka. You got all 3 of them.
Really? I
perfectly.
knew Robert
Yeah.
E. Lee, but I wasn't sure on the other.
Carving depicts 3 Confederate figures, Jefferson Davis, Robert E. Lee, and Stonewall Jackson. It's been the subject of widespread controversy. Stone Mountain was once owned by a pair of brothers. It was purchased by the state of Georgia in 1958 as a memorial to the Confederacy. Stone Mountain Park officially opened on April 14th, 1965, 100 years to the day after Lincoln's assassination. It's the most visited destination in the state of Georgia, and it's a big controversy. They want to sandblast it.
Get over it.
Number 9. Where is the Rocky Mountain National Park located?
Colorado.
Yes.
Estes Park.
Estes Park.
Was
Bill
there-
Book
I
is
was
right.
there this summer.
That's not where
It's
I
a
thought
great
he was
place.
going with that. I thought he was going to say, where do Rocky Mountain oysters come from?
Well, Estes Park is in the same county as where my father was born, in Berthoud, Colorado.
Okay.
A popular summer resort, location of the headquarters for Rocky Mountain National Park, Estes Park, among the Big Thompson River. Estes Park has a population of 5,800. Number 10. Only 2 states in the Union can produce coffee beans. Name them.
Hawaii's one.
Yep. I'm going to go with Oregon as 2.
Oregon? That's like saying Jamaica has a beaver on its flag. Man, no way. Come on.
Where did that come from?
Oh, that's a long story. Scott England still laughs about that.
Okay.
Anybody? No, it's not Florida. It's California.
Okay.
So it's Florida and California. But if
Florida?
No.
Hawaii and California.
Hawaii, California.
Okay.
Hawaii and California. If you add U.S. land
Yeah, Puerto
and you
Rico.
throw in Puerto Rico, you got 3.
Okay.
So there you go. There's your trivia for today. Well done, Bill. You did great. I don't know why you're upset about geography.
Well, I want to get them all.
Well, I'll tell you what. We
What
only
do you
do
have
that
this week for football?
We don't know yet.
Oh, don't know yet. Okay.
Fairfield's holding things up. If we can't get a time set for all of them, they're not going,
Ah, okay.
All right, well. Hopefully you can officiate a Mount Carmel loss. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
So welcome.
See you tomorrow.
Welcome. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here, Bill. Talk to you later.
Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
News, talk, sports, and classic rock. This is the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 WFIW Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture Mattress Center in Wayne City. Visit Boyd Mattress Center and take a rest test. 20 models on display. 895-3000.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. White House Attorney John Eisenberg's among 4 administration officials who have not shown up to testify for the impeachment inquiry today. Fox's Jillian Turner.
Eisenberg and another witness named Michael Ellis, both national security lawyers who sources claim were involved in the decision to move that now infamous transcript of President Trump's July 25 call with Ukrainian President Zelensky to a super secure intelligence server.
Presidential aide Robert Blair and White House budget official Brian McCormick were also asked to appear today. Boss at McDonald's is fired.
The company saying now former president and CEO Steve Easterbrook demonstrated poor judgment by engaging in a consensual relationship with an employee. McDonald's forbids managers from having romantic relationships with employees. Easterbrook admitting to that relationship and saying it was a mistake.
Fox's Paul Stevens.